reviews, how-tos, and builds. He is the Redneck Computer Geek on YouTube.
Hi everyone. So today we're going to be using the go-kart build here in order to be able to go over how to take an opposed flathead twin and wire it up for just a simple push-button start. Unfortunately, this is going to be one of those walk around with the camera type videos. I do apologize for that. Bear with me. While I'm here, if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the link in the description for the shirts that me and my boys sell. If you like any of them, I try and keep them as reasonably cheap as I can. Otherwise than that, let's get started on the real meat and potatoes. I'm going to grab the camera right now. We're going to take a look at the harness that comes out of the engine, and we're going to start from that point. Yet again, I do apologize. This is a walk around with camera type video. Alright, so for the first part of this video, we're going to cover the wiring harness coming out of the engine. Then we'll cover how to wire the solenoid and the kill switch. And when I run my system, I run a ground out. Okay. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is cover the wiring harness that comes out of your opposed twin. Then we're going to cover wiring your solenoid. And then we'll cover the buttons which are up front. When I wire my system, I wire a grounding out system. So we'll go over what that means. But first, let's talk about the harness coming out. When you get up in underneath here, you're going to find there's two wires. One will have a diode in it, and as you can see, the wire has a bump right there. That's the diode. This is your charging wire. This is what goes to your battery if you want to wire it directly to the positive, or you can wire it to the positive side of your solenoid. This next wire coming out, this is your lights and accessory wire. If you have a electric clutch, that's what you run this off of. If you have headlights, that's what you run this off of. So this is headlights. This is your actual battery charge wire. So when you come down to here, if you have your factory plug, you'll have your factory red wire will be your charge, your orange wire will be your headlights. Okay? So you remember red dead, orange light them up. Now, you'll notice there's a black wire here that's coming around, and if it has the original harness, it's got one of these clips. This is actually your coil kill wire coming out and around. Now, the coil kill wire, if it's in the factory location, will actually be coming from under this section of shroud. Where this bolt is here, just behind this is where that wire comes out through. So, let me see if I can move it. Can't quite see it in the video. It's right there. Okay. So that's your coil kill, and that's where that's going to be. So if we pull our harness up, we've got the other section of harness here. And yet again, your red wire is going to come in. It's going to be in this big old bundle here. and it's going to connect to this right here. This is your charge side. So this little red wire here and this red wire all connect in order to bring positive down to the solenoid and in order to cycle back and charge the battery. And then this side here goes to your starter. So this cable goes all the way to the front of the tractor and connects to the starter. Now this right here, this is your ground out wire, which goes to your push button start at the front. And your coil kill wire, the black one that we showed earlier, that one goes to the front to go to your kill switch. So what I've done here is I've taken some high gauge speaker wire, and one side has a white stripe on it and the other side is blank. Whoop, one side has a white stripe on it right there, and the other side is blank. And those are both, the blank one is wired to the kill switch right there, the kill wire coming out of the coil, and this one is wired right here to ground out the solenoid. So if we come forward and we look at the back of our panel, here's what the front looks like. So push button, kill switch, and that's just a toggle, which I need to put a better one in. So on our speaker wire, you've got your plain part of the wire coming up here, and that connects to the center, and then the top one comes here and it grounds right directly to the chassis. On your push button, here's that white wire, the white line wire that came off of the solenoid, and that connects to one side of your push button. From the other side of your push button, it comes around and connects directly to ground. You're also going to need a choke cable in order to run your choke. Most of the time on these Opposed Twins, you got to have them fully pulled out. And there we go. It's pretty simple. Opposed Twins are great because they have a lot of torque. Not the best on high-end horsepower, depending on who you ask. But easy to work on, fun to ride.